Hello, today's lesson is 9-8, last lesson in this unit. It's called Problem Solving. Make a table and look for a pattern. In previous lessons you have used many different strategies to solve problems. Today you will solve a problem by making a table and looking for a pattern. Here's the kind of problem we worked on. At the florist's shop, 5 out of every 7 flowers sold were roses. Monday they sold 28 flowers total. How many were roses? We puzzled over the question for a while and then I helped them figure it out. First, circle the important numbers and underline the question. We're used to doing that a lot. So here's the important numbers circled and the question underlined. Alright, next ask yourself how many groups of 7 are there in 28? How many groups of 7 are there in 28? We need to ask ourselves that because we know that 5 out of each of those groups of 7 are roses, and we need to know how many roses total. So it's important for us to figure out how many groups of 7 there are in 28. 7 times n is 28. My students knew that 7 times 4 is 28. They sold 4 groups of 7 flowers. If in each of those 4 groups there were 5 roses, because for every 7 flowers sold, 5 were roses. So now we know the important numbers are going to be 4 and 5. 4 groups of 5 roses. How many roses total? I bet you can figure it out from there. 4 times 5 is 20. They sold 20 roses. The other way to do this problem is to make a table. Instead of just figuring out with multiplication, sometimes it's easier if we can see a table. So here's the question again, the same question, but you can see I've filled out part of a table here. The top row says flowers sold, and it's counting by 7s because we put them in groups of 7. You can see there's 4 groups of 7 to get to a total of 28. And then the roses sold, there's in groups of 5. We need to know what 5 groups of 4 are. We're counting by 5s till we get to the column underneath the 20. So here is that table filled out. They sold 20 roses. If 5 out of every 7 flowers were roses and they sold 28 flowers, they sold 20 roses. That's the way we figured out these problems today. Here's another one we looked at today. Miss Sims is buying bags of blocks. Out of the 10 blocks in each bag, 3 are cubes. Must be some triangles and cones and diamonds, spheres in there. So out of the 10 blocks in each bag, 3 are cubes. If she buys 50 blocks, how many cubes will she get? So the way we solved this problem is we looked at the important numbers, the 3, the 10, and the 50, and we looked to see where they went into the table down here. Cubes, 3. 3 are cubes in each bag. Total blocks, 10, because there's 10 blocks in each bag. Top row counting by 3s, bottom row counting by 10s, until we get to 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then counting by 3s, and whatever our answer is in this box, the box that's above the 50, is going to be our final answer. So let's change the slide and see what those are. Final answer is going to be 15 cubes, because above the 50 in the table is a 15. Oh, we looked at the homework instead of doing the textbook today, and we wrote some problems ourselves, and this was the paper students had, and that was it for today.